My name is Gerald Francis Coleman. My rank was Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps. I was on a troop ship on my way to Guadalcanal. And that took about 18 days, I recall. I'm not a good sailor, I gotta tell you, and I was glad when that was over. And got to Guadalcanal, and we were processed again. And I was assigned a VMSB 341, the Torrid Turtle. Now, I'd like to go to war as a turtle, you know. I mean, that wasn't lions or tiger, but turtles. Anyway, I got up to Green Island and ran missions up there on Rabaul and Cavite, places like that. And then finally, somewhere along the line, they said, send us back to Bougainville, and we trained on with panels and smoke and so forth and what to do. We were the first squadron in the Marine Corps assigned to close air support work. And from there, we went on a ship to the Philippines, stopped in New Guinea, which is not exciting, I might add, and on to the Philippines, landed in Luzon, I think D3 or 2 or whatever, just as the war started in Luzon, and ended up on the field in a tent. And finally, it took a while to get the the airfield going, and flew 45 or 50 missions out of there. And then I was in Zamboanga. We had been shifted down to Zamboanga, hitting Davao and Borneo and places like that. When we went from Zamboanga to Davao, it was an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. And we'd get there and we'd sign in with whoever was handling the troops on the ground and talk to them, and they'd tell us where to go and what to do. But I think basically, I don't remember any real awful experience in World War II. The front was very mobile, moving here and there. The one tragedy we had there on the way from Luzon to Zamboanga, we were told certain areas, if you have an engine problem, this is the place to go. And I forgot which island. It was about 6 or 7 islands in the Philippines. And one of our group, a couple of guys, had engine problems, and one went down with him because you always had a man to help you out. And they landed and never heard from them again. Next time we saw them, they had their heads cut off. It was not a safe place to land, and they gave us false information. That was the one thing that really bothered me, because it was a waste, a total waste. And then they said the following officers stepped forward again, and they called my name. He said, well, you're carrier qualified, you're going home. You're going to pick up a carrier and hit Japan in November. That wasn't public, but we figured on our way to Japan in November. Thank God it never happened, because I got home, and I went home on leave in late July, early August, and I got a call from El Toro telling me they transferred my orders from El Toro to Cherry Point. I said, I live in California, the war's over. You're going to Cherry? I don't want to go to Cherry. And they hung up on me, so I went to Cherry Point. And finally, in January of 1946, I finally got out and went home. I didn't realize, though, when the war ended, I was out in January of 1946, that I was out of the service. They just put me on an inactive status, and from that it led to the Korean War.